Should we start over? Should we start over?
Yeah. Two guys from two worlds. This is the FlipSide. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay&Noel. So good morning, good evening. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the FlipSide with Jay&Noel, episode 90. Starting up, we are recording. Welcome, TikTok world. Good morning and good evening, wherever you are, whatever. How are you guys doing? What's up?
The podcast with two guys, high school friends, dads now, and what's going to happen tomorrow? We don't know. We'll see.
Two dads in our 40, making sure that we don't strain anything simultaneously.
Joking around about it, I got to get this one out of the way.
Yeah.
I know it's not happy, but what happened to Matthew Perry?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably have more updated news than I do here, but
yeah. So as of yesterday, for everybody knows, especially in the TikTok world, Matthew Perry passed away. Matthew Perry is the one of the staple characters of the '90s sitcom Friends.
54. 54, man.
54 years old, very young. The scary thing about that is we're literally a hop skip away from being 54, and that scares me, But then again,
was there any foul play? What's going on?
Well, so he had a heart attack, basically.
Oh, wow.
And that happened from what was being said while he was in his jacuzzi, in his pool, whatever, at his house. And I guess his manager or assistant found him.
Where you? That makes me curious. Where did you get a heart attack? From the news, obviously.
Yeah, online. Yeah.
Like how long ago? How long ago?
Last night.
More than 7 hours ago.
Oh yeah. Why? What's saying now?
That's funny because the news that I'm getting, like the latest one, quote unquote, is like 7 hours ago, and the news that I'm getting from CNN Entertainment here is that they're still investigating the death.
I got that. That was already announced as of yesterday, as of last night. Cardiac arrest.
And no foul play is suspected.
Yeah, there's no suspicion of foul play or drugs in the area. See, Matthew Perry had a lot of demons that he's been battling all throughout his life. Not all throughout his life, actually. Ever since the 90s, since he started with Friends, since the fruition of the TV show Friends in the almost the mid-90s, 1993, 94, I think, he's battled his addiction, and it's a severe addiction with drugs and alcoholism. And throughout his life, he's been in and out of rehab, from what the article said, about 15 times already. And then he's also had multiple surgeries where apparently he's abused alcohol and drugs so much that it really messed up with his stomach.
Let me read you what I got here. The medical examiner updated his online record for Perry on Sunday afternoon, listing his cause of death as deferred. In cases where the cause of death cannot be determined at the time of the autopsy, a deferred certificate will be issued until additional studies have been completed, according to the LA Coroner's Office guidelines. It's just funny that the news that I'm getting is still saying that there's no specific cause of death yet. But yeah, it does mention that there's no foul play. But cause of death is not mentioned specifically as heart attack as confidently as you have.
Yeah. From the get-go, from what I heard, it was cardiac arrest. And he I guess he was sitting at the far edge of his pool based on how he was floating around, that he just wasn't able to get back out to get help into get out of the pool or the jacuzzi to get help. So, and he was alone there,
But not one of those dramatic explanations again about depression and
Well, he's definitely had depression. I mean, he was, like I said, he was battling his demons for a long time, you know. And what's even worse is it's just within the last year or so that it looks like he has finally conquered his demons, you know. He ended up writing an all out biography book, basically, and he explained everything, you know, the pros and cons of being famous, you know, what he experienced out of his career with friends, and the battle of addiction that he was going through. And it was really, really sad that he actually admitted at one point of his life that he doesn't remember like an entire 2 years of his life. Those, I think, season 3 and 4 of Friends, while he was filming, he can't recollect anything about it. For some reason, it skips over. He's like saying, you know.
So just to put another cherry on top of this article, the title of the article that I'm reading that was published 7 hours ago, medical examiner indicates additional investigation required in death of actor Matthew Perry.
Right. And it's like one thing I've noticed on social media, like, to be honest with you, like a lot of people out there, it kind of affected me a lot more than I thought really. I was kidding myself.
What are you talking about?
Thinking that it's not going to affect me, huh?
His death? What are you talking about?
Yeah, his death. Because he helped me out, to be honest. I mean, those times in the 90s was a rough time in my life.
From watching reruns? From watching Friends?
You know, I mean, I was going through depression. See, that was like after high school for me.
How did he help you out? You mean like reading about him?
No, just what the show itself helped me out. And my favorite character was him, Chandler Bing, and Friends. Every time I was feeling down and depressed, honestly, I would just pop in the DVD and watch Friends. And it was a guaranteed uplifting moment for me, at least for that very moment. It made me laugh. It made me forget about my problems. And it kind of let me relax and give clarity, you know? So
yeah, there's a rhythm to the show that's relaxing.
There is. I mean, I don't know how much of a fan was you, but I was a huge fan.
Piped in laughter.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. The piped in laughter. I mean, I was such a huge fan that every time a new season would come out on DVD, I would make sure to take the day off, line up at the store, buy the DVD, go home, and binge watch the whole season the whole day. Even though I've seen it so much, I can hear my daughter watching it. Like if she's watching in the kitchen, for example, I could tell what season it is and what episode it is and what the story is about.
Oh wow!
The episode's about. Yeah, I've seen those 10 seasons at least, I don't know, 20 times already.
Yeah.
Like I said, even up to now, it's a go-to show for me that if I need a guaranteed laugh or a guaranteed relatable moment, I'd watch that show.
It's a classic, like a classic song. Oh, which reminds me, it's a joke from my son. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit?
What
does Beethoven like to eat?
Okay.
Banana no. Banana no. Banana no. But going back to Friends, though, yeah. So I'm more of a Seinfeld fan because of I guess Seinfeld's voice and his jokes or whatever. Yeah. But going back to Friends, if I had to choose a character for me, it's Joey Tribbiani.
Oh yeah, I love Joey too.
That's my.
How you doing?
That's my character.
Yeah. Well, it was both of them really for me, but Chandler mainly for me. You know, I mean, like I said, throughout the 90s, I graduated high school. I was trying to figure out what to do with my life. You know, that was the time where I was actually drinking a lot as well and into drugs a lot. I was working at a club promoting as well at the same time.
I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my life. Maybe I should be on drugs. Does that help? Is there a drug? Is there a drug for that?
It kind of helps a little because it kind of gave me perspective. with life.
Is there
Do
a
I
drug
want
that
to die or no?
Is there a drug that I could take to figure out my life?
Right.
Like, maybe I should
give
do
you
that.
a kicker up and kick in the ass, So every time I would feel down, I would pop in the show and just watch it. It was a guaranteed laugh for me, and it was
that's the thing.
Very relaxing.
Let me interrupt you with that. That's the thing for me. It's like, it's good that you even recognize that you're down and then you know what you could do about it, right?
Right.
But there's some people, myself included, like, it's like, are you okay? Yeah, fine. I'm good.
Right.
And then like, are you sad? Nah, fine. I'm good. It's all good.
There's a difference there. What you're doing is denial.
Right. No. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm saying that I envy you for having the perspective, or at least the awareness that you know that you're down. There's some people, myself included, and I think my dad suffers from this also sometimes, that we just feel kind of like sluggish or feel like getting a drink here or there,
right?
But not quick to admit that, I feel down about something. And I don't, I mentioned my dad, not to hate on him or anything like that, but thanks to him, I can see myself. You know what I mean?
See yourself?
Yeah, I can see myself. Like when I see what he's doing, I can see, oh shoot, I do that too.
I see what you're saying.
Or kabaliktaran, like I'm doing this. It's like, where did I learn this from? Oh, that guy. So, but not to hate on him, but just the fact that like, oh yeah, he's the closest, male relative or male human that I can sort of base myself on.
Right.
And I guess that really helps. I don't have any brothers and sisters, so I was like, where do I? But anyway, just to seeing it from the outside,
right? Or
even you and Anthony and like my same generation, when I see someone doing that, I'm like, do I do that too? But like I said, it took me a while to realize that I'm actually down, and I think it really helps. I mean, I envy you in a way that you have and you're right, it is denial.
Yeah.
It is like, oh, I can do it. I'm fine.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's how I basically learned that the first thing to realize and accept the fact that, the first step to recognizing that there was a problem, or I was really having a problem, even though I already knew I was having a problem, was to accept the fact that there was a problem.
Yeah.
And with all honesty, I wouldn't have been able to just properly think about it unless there was that outlet for me that would calm me down at the moment. Because you know how while we are in that particular moment where we're going crazy about our brains running and our thoughts are just running left and right, thinking about this and that and this and that, right? We all need to have that moment where we could have some kind of clarity. And the hardest thing about that is what we need is some kind of tool within ourselves that would help us calm down. And to me, with all honesty, at that time during the 90s, especially after high school, like I said, was watching Friends. Because sitting down on that chair or anywhere, really just watching it, that brief moment of laughter and relatability to those characters.
That brief moment of being a vegetable.
Yeah. I mean, it calmed me down and it worked out for me, but it's not easy. See, you're telling me that you envy me for being able to recognize that and whatnot, right?
Well, not the drugs part, but yeah, the recognizing that you're down.
But it's a lot. Recognizing it is easy. It's doing something about it that's hard. That's the hardest part.
Well, credit goes back to my dad again. He's saying something like, and I mean, I learned this from him where he says something, part of solving the problem is actually knowing what the problem is.
Right. Good job. That's a good advice. I agree to that 1000%.
It's like 50% of solving the problem is knowing what the problem is.
Yeah. So going back to Chandler Bing, Matthew Perry passing away. It's just too soon, and the overwhelming response that I saw in social media, where everybody or a lot of people are relating to how I felt and how I took his death as, because everybody, I've seen so many posts on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot of just people thanking him for being part of that ensemble and for making that character relatable to people and whatnot, because even though his character was building, one of the most relatable things with his character actually is the fact that he uses humor as a defense mechanism for him to alleviate away from reality.
Right.
Which in hindsight is, as a viewer, what we were doing, to while we were watching that TV show Friends, in a way, for that brief moment and that little time, it was a moment to alleviate from reality. And it was great, and it's just sad what he had to go through. After the 10th season, he did like maybe a movie or two, but after he's been gone from the limelight for like over a decade. He was just battling himself,
Like all of those guys actually were sort of quiet after Friends, though, right? I mean, they did
not stuff. Really. No, everybody was doing their own little projects. David Schwimmer was directing. Joey Tribbiani, Matt LeBlanc. He had a couple of he had a bunch of shows, a couple of successful shows on HBO Max at that time as well.
Starring himself.
Yeah, starring.
I mean, he was
all of
on
them.
Camera.
All of them. Yeah, all of them basically had a starring role or career, but obviously the most successul one is Jennifer Aniston with the movie accolades, the TV shows here and all. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and he was the only one that really disappeared from the limelight, and it's because he was battling himself. He was really trying to do everything he could to survive. Until about maybe a year or two ago, he came out, which I'm still trying to purchase, by the way, a biography. I think it came out last year. It's called Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, a memoir by Matthew Perry.
Oh.
Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. So I still need to purchase that one because now I'd really like to read it,
because it's a fitting title for his. I mean, it's something that he would write.
Right. So
such an appropriate title. It's a brilliant title.
The eerie part about all of that is about a week ago, his last post on Instagram, he was actually sitting in his jacuzzi overlooking the city, right?
Oh.
Almost the exact same spot where they found his body on his last Instagram post. And it was kind of eerie, and it's did she just walk in with a towel on her head?
Yeah, she just walked in with a towel on her head. You'd be happy that she's dressed.
Nice. So
yeah, but please don't walk in with a shower and that's PG-13.
It's a whole different story. We need subscriptions for that. We need to charge subscription for that, Tin.
Yeah, we don't. It's a free show. There's no subscription though. If you're gonna walk in like that, we need to charge subscription, huh? Yun na nga. So we're gonna start to charge pay-per-view.
Exactly, pay-per-view. Man, we would be making money hand over fist.
Damin sinuka. She's been suffering Inday Garutay voice for the past week here.
Why? What the heck is that Inday Garutay?
You don't know who Inday Garutay is?
No, come on. I don't know who that is.
Sino ba daw si Inday Garutay?
No, boys.
yung boses na yung mga showbiz chismis na mga reporter.
I don't know what
Ako
that
po
is.
si Inday Garuta. Meron po tayong balita ngayon kay Matthew Perry. She's this lady that has interesting entertainment news all the time.
The only Inday I know is Inday Badiday.
Sino daw si Inday Badida? Yun ang hindi
No,
ko
I know
kilala.
Inday Badiday. That was during my time.
Si ano yun eh, si Maricel Soriano.
Si in...
Maricel Soriano.
Oh, we lost your camera, dude.
Uh-oh, sorry.
Inday Badiday.
I don't know what happened.
Inday Bote.
Yeah.
The Inday Bote girl.
Inday
You
Bote
moved something in your mic and then your camera just went dead. There.
Yeah. Okay. That's the backup camera just in case my face gets... Headset. Ito naman eh. Akala ko ba maliligo ka? Bakit tayo nagsiset up ng headset tsaka...
Naligo na ako.
Na naman, nag-aaway na naman. Ano ba naman kaaga-aga?
Di pwede magreklamo, sir.
Hindi pwede. Okay na ngayon. Do you remember? Arguing is drama. Drama is good.
Do you mind checking the camera now? Is it dead? Like the battery, is it dead or what? What's happening to the... No, I think you need to pull out this wire. I don't know what's going on with the camera, man.
You moved something and it just died.
No, I moved her wire. That's it. And I moved my chair, which I didn't bump into the table. Never mind. Let's just keep talking about whatever we're talking about. Pretend it didn't happen. Don't get distracted.
Yeah. Okay. So I got to switch cameras too then.
Nah, that's fine. It doesn't have to be so symmetrical.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, we were talking about something. Matthew Perry.
Yeah. Helping you out with your struggles.
Yeah, it was just he's gone too soon, man. I mean, I'm kind of interested to one thing though. You know what? My wife brought this up last night. He has dated a who's who in Hollywood for Matthew Perry.
What do you mean? Is that unusual?
Well, I mean, it's Matthew Perry. It's not like he's Brad Pitt or anything like that, you know? I'm just saying.
I'm sure a lot of people would disagree.
He has dated a lot of like really, really famous women and like gorgeous women. You know, did you know at one point he dated Julia Roberts?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
See, so what I'm saying. I mean, it's hard to imagine for somebody like him to be dating Julia Roberts for one thing.
Oh,
he also dated that Baywatch girl, Yasmin Bleeth. Remember her or no?
No. Sounds sexy though.
Yeah, and then Heather Graham. He also dated. He dated a bunch of like I guess beautiful women of Hollywood back then. Yeah.
Well, how is he now? Is he single right now? I mean, when he
as far as we know, as far as I know, he is single. You know.
Oh.
Like I said, he's been out of the Hollywood picture for a while, and every time he'd pop in, it's because of something in regards to his drug past or drug-riddled path or drinking. And now that he's finally kicked everything and he's gotten himself in a straight and narrow, he passes away. It was really sad.
Before my camera got cut off, I was curious about the Instagram post that you were saying.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what his...
Did you see it?
I wanted to see what his jacuzzi looks like.
Well, it was at nighttime, so it was
oh, that one. Wow.
Yeah. So it was just
that's him at the far end.
Yeah, it's at the far end of the pool, basically.
No, I mean, but that's him at the far end. So who took the picture?
I guess his manager. I think his manager is his best friend, some woman and whatnot, you know. And they were hanging out, I guess, and I took the picture about a week ago or something, and then
oh wow,
yeah.
Gosh, when you say jacuzzi, I thought, something that you'd fit in a toilet.
No, jacuzzis are big. Usually, a lot of pools have a jacuzzi like on the side of it or connected to it.
Yeah. It's not a problem. But I wanted to make cuento lang that a couple of, no, was it last year? Yeah, on one of our trips going to Baguio, we stopped by a friend's place in Pampanga. It's kind of a province, right? I mean, it's urban, but it's a province.
Pampanga?
But, yeah, Pampanga. I mean, rice fields and everything, but they have malls there. But point is, we stopped by my friend's place. He let us stay overnight, get rest to continue our trip the next day. But lo and behold, there's a freaking jacuzzi in the toilet. I was like,
that's kind of weird.
I thought we would be sleeping in the kubo, which he had before.
Right.
So now the kubo's gone, jacuzzi's in. And like I said, the toilet was huge, but there's a freaking jacuzzi inside. So, I mean, of course, it's Matthew Perry. I'm not comparing, but
right.
Jeez. but I guess the story was the jacuzzi looked so much cooler and so much bigger, and the fact that it was in the middle of Pampanga somewhere in the province somewhere. So you never know what's in these houses.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So regarding going back again to Matthew Perry, gone too soon. Safe travels to heaven, and family. Our prayers go out to his family and friends.
Let's just hope it didn't suffer, kind of thing. But it's not the first time that you hear like heart attacks in jacuzzis, though, right?
No. It happens quite often than you think.
Yeah, no. Well, what I mean is it like any cause, or does it help start a heart attack if you're in a jacuzzi?
I really don't know. I really don't know.
Do you have a higher likelihood of having a heart attack if you're in a jacuzzi?
Well, I know that his health wasn't good to begin with.
You need to wear a headset because Jason's talking and you're talking at the same time, and it's blowing up my head.
I can't hear you. This is why you set everything up before we start.
Right. And we wonder why people don't listen to us. Jeez.
So unprofessional, right, people? I mean, everything's dragging enough as it is, and now we have to be so unprofessional.
Like internet's dragging, the hosts are dragging.
Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on LAN?
I'm on LAN. I actually remembered to put on the Ethernet cable today. Oh, good. Doktora, anong assessment natin?
Minsan yung temperature ng katawan natin, dapat ipakalma mo muna. Huwag ka munang lalagay sa hot agad. Sinasabi naman yan pag pa-normal mo muna yung katawan mo bago ka sumalang sa jacuzzi.
So it encourages a heart attack?
Yeah.
If you jump into a jacuzzi?
Yeah.
So you need to calm down first to get into a place that calms you down.
Yeah.
Saan mo napulot yun?
Sa Ace
I don't
Water
understand
Spa.
that.
Sa Ace Water Spa.
Sabi ng Ace Water Spa, it's a local jacuzzi place around here.
Yeah.
Ano sabi nila?
Wag mo nang, kunyari galing ka sa labas, tapos hot and cold, tapos bigla ka sasalang doon. Yung biglang taas ng pressure ng blood.
Salang. You keep saying salang, but I don't understand what salang is.
Salang, like pag nagluluto ka, salang mo yung...
Katawan mo or...
If you're going to dip something into sauce.
Salang is like you're putting your food in the...
It's not a bad word.
Like soaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calm down. It's not a bad word, okay?
No, I just don't understand what salang is. When you say salang, and then she just said it's like when you're soaking. Okay, I understand now.
We should have a little Tagalog lessons in this podcast. Maybe that's what's missing here.
Yari, sinalang ka sa concert.
Like to serve.
Yeah.
To put on top.
I'm cooking.
Right.
This is my vegetables.
Okay.
Okay, Pep, isasalang ko na tong vegetables sa pot. Meaning I'm gonna put it in.
To put it in. Okay.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Yeah, it's funny how this is another topic, but yeah, when I came back to the Philippines, also I realized that there are some words that I didn't like basic Tagalog words.
Right. I mean, it's just harder for me sometimes, Pero okay lang. Okay naman, no? Why do you guys have to be so mean to me?
How do you say this? Marahang paggalaw sa isang bagay.
Marahang, ano
Karaniwang
naman,
hindi
what does that
sinasadya.
marahang mean?
Na yan. Sobrang lalim na yan. I don't know na.
What the, anong ibig sabihin ng marahang na naman?
Yeah, that's another word that I didn't know.
All right. So, speaking of Tagalog words, nagising ako kanina umaga. I woke up at like 6 a.m., right? I don't know what it is. I'm like, I really want some Filipino food. So, right there and then, I decided, you know what? I'm going to cheat. And if I'm going to cheat again, I'm going to do it right. And what I mean I'm going to do it right, I am going to go all out.
Okay.
So today, we decided to go on, or I decided to take my wife and kids on a 1-hour journey to buy some Filipino food.
Okay.
No, it's a little bit of a segue. Can I screen share?
Yeah, sure.
So, eto, ayan, so I recorded stuff today. Naks. So we drove about an hour to this place called Filipino Global.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Sounds saucy, huh?
You can tell it's a Filipino place because all the balikbayan box out front.
Okay.
Is it ano?
You know.
So I had some rice.
Wait, hold on. Did you edit this?
What?
Did you edit it? You cut this together?
I had to put it together. Yeah.
Wow, with a little
I had to put it
production
together
value
because they're
going on
separate
here.
clips.
Wow.
Tumimik ka dyan. So, look at that. There's rice, right? Like white rice, tapos palabok. Teka. Palabok. Oh, look at that. Ang galing.
Yeah.
And for you non-Filipinos, palabok is supposed to be merienda. So it's supposed to be a snack in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't really go with rice and whatever that other thing that he's eating with together.
It's not exactly the most popular noodle dish because it has like that fishy taste into it. Do you know what I mean? Is that right?
Yeah.
That dried fish taste, but
That's
this one
right.
did not have it. This palabok looked good, but with all honesty, it sucked.
Oh,
It was dry. It was bad. It was $6 down the drain.
yikes. What else you got? Keep playing. It's a minute and a half. Let's play it.
Look at that. What is that? Bicol Express?
Nakaka naman, no?
Wow.
Take note, din, this is an hour and a half away.
An hour away, about an hour away. Tapos may munggo.
Wow.
Isang kainan
Tapos may dinuguan, oh. Wow.
Sarap.
It's only
Barbecue.
trip
And
worth
then-
it.
I don't know what that is.
Okoy.
Okoy.
Yeah, okoy. Yeah. My
Ukoy.
wife,
Okoy.
but it was made of vegetables.
Yeah, with kalabasa inside.
I don't know, but AC said it was okay.
Mm.
Tapos, merong tinola din
Mhm.
at saka beef caldereta.
Wow, kompleto cheat na cheat
Oh,
Wow.
talagang cheat na cheat. It was
May lumpiang
basically,
siya,
look at that. It's like really a caldereta style. I forgot to change the landscape on that.
Mm.
Para siyang turo-turo ba?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Combo number 1. And it was behind the store, basically. Yeah.
Sarap
So, para siyang turo-turo where, I mean, ang dami ring mga sweets.
I remember, ganyan sa hospital. Yung mga hospital private dito.
Yeah. Tapos, needless to say, I ate everybody's leftover.
Wow,
Naubos lahat. Umorder pa ako ng isa pang order ng rice.
you're so deprived, man. I don't know if I should feel sorry for you. Is this near?
I know.
Is this in Virginia still?
Yeah, this is like an hour away in Virginia.
You think
For
they
my
might
house.
need another kitchen helper?
Malay mo.
I'm
Pero,
looking for an employer so I can migrate out of here, man.
yung mga tira-tira ng mga...
Migrate back here.
Or why not kayo yung magnegosyo doon?
Oh, yun.
Filipino
Pwede.
cuisine.
I mean,
oh.
even pag...
Let's
What'd
start
you
a
say,
business.
Yeah. Tapos kunin ka ni Jason.
Oo nga. And then it's called Green Card Carinderia.
Ano, ayun tama, oh. Green card ka rin. Kailangan may green card ka para makakain.
Oo.
Yeah.
Diba?
No, everybody that you hire is just up for the green card. Once they get it, you're gone. You're fired.
So, needless to say, inubos ko lahat, pati yung mga order ng iba.
Mm.
You know? Tapos, meron pang...
You know,
Halo!
Actually, Malaya ordered the halo-halo.
Oh.
Halo-halo, for those of you guys who don't know, it's literally a translation called mix-mix.
Mhm.
It means mix-mix, but it's a variety of tapiocas, different kinds of fruity tapiocas with crushed ice, ice cream on top, and that green stuff is, what is that?
Pinipig.
Pinipig.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Then
the
you
whole
mix
idea of halo halo is like all the yummy desserts that you could think of and just mix it all up together in one glass.
Correct. Correct.
Add
I
a
mean,
little
there's even
ice
some
and milk to
cases
it.
where they have flan in it.
Right.
You
That's the special halo halo.
Correct. So, needless to say, meron yung halo-halo, you know. Ang sarap talaga. And it was a trip well
Oh, no.
worth it.
Wait, let me correct myself. Filipino halo halo enthusiasts are going to kill me. Special halo halo has the ube ice cream in it. And the leche flan is standard.
No. In this case here, the leche flan is special. The ube is standard.
Oh,
In this case
okay.
over here. Yeah, here in the States, pag stateside, like even the Goldilocks here in California, ube is standard flavor on top. Now, if you put flan in it, they can upcharge you like an extra $2.
Wow. That's another 100 pesos.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, it's a special. And then the milk, obviously, right?
Right.
And it was so good.
Tapos
Grabe.
dito, may yema pa.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Oo.
that, I've never had that with yema.
Yema, ube, and leche flan.
yema?
Yeah, ma.
Now we've never had that, but I used to eat yema when I was a kid. So, as you saw in that picture, that restaurant is in the back of like a Filipino store, right?
Right.
So AC bought a couple of.
Can I
I'm
just
going to
say
show you some.
that's exactly how Japanese and Korean restaurants look like here in the Philippines.
Oh, really? It's in the back of the store.
Well, back or front or whatever, but the restaurant and the store are pretty much mixed up together.
Yeah.
So I go to a Japanese restaurant and I was like, oh, what's this ingredient? Well, we could find out. We could order food right there.
There you go.
Can you share
There you
the,
go.
ano?
There you go.
Did you have video ba the kinain natin last time?
No.
Ramen?
A little bit of video, but I could show him to it later. Yeah, actually I do. Sige, go ahead.
So, bumili si AC ng mga, because you know we don't really get to buy. Again, it's an hour away. It's a little far, and these things here are so expensive. It's ridiculous. So, merong biniling efficacent.
Efficacent alcohol?
Efficacent oil ba? Efficacent oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a roll on. You know, you roll it on. Have muscle pains or whatever.
Ano daw yan?
It's a roll
Ang
on.
tawag dito niyan?
Wait, roll on daw.
Pag nagaganyan daw dito is sign of aging.
Yeah, that is why we got it.
That is why we got it, basically. You know?
Because we're aging.
Yeah,
Because
whenever we smell that, we're reminded of senior citizens.
Yeah.
No, it's
Like
actually
old people.
okay. So this is actually different from efficacent. It's just the brand. The brand is efficacent, but it is only eucalyptus oil.
Oh.
So it's not the actual epicacent. So it comes,
Para siyang
it's a roll on. Can you see it? Yeah, it's a roll on.
Para siyang ano.
You know how you have white flour when you
right.
when you like hilo or like mano yung ano mo.
Yeah.
Actually, really. No, and it warms and it's warm. Like it warms up your body when you put it in.
Yeah.
That was
That's
good.
strong.
But it was just it went straight into the back of my nose.
Mm.
Somebody was giving me eyedroppers one time. Jason. Somebody was giving me eyedroppers one time. It was one of those like luxury eyedroppers, really expensive.
That one from Japan.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, I'll give this one to you for free. The only problem is that it's a roll-on."
That's not an eyedropper.
Really? Tapos the second item is that she got. Tingnan mo ito.
Wow, Sunsilk in the Philippines.
Okay.
Sunsilk shampoo,
Guess
baby.
how much?
Guess how much this little bottle is?
Is that a big deal? Like Sunsilk?
Well, because it's expensive here.
It's expensive, and we don't have this here.
Okay, we have that here. Like sari sari.
$8.
How much is
$8.
that? 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 400 pesos?
Yes.
700.
Yeah, that's how much it would be.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's about 400 pesos. Tama?
Yes.
Magkano yan dito?
Dito, ano lang yan, nasa, I think, hindi ako nagkakamali.
Isang boteng ganito?
$100, $2 here.
Yeah, so expensive.
So expensive. Tingnan mo. Lalo na ito. Tingnan mo itong $14.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Gosh. All
Cream
these products.
Well, I mean,
we're selling it.
Pwede pala namin gawin.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored, by the way. You know,
Pwede pala namin gawin.
If you guys want to... Ano?
Pwede pala namin gawin sa inyo. Kami yung mamimili here. Tapos ipapackage namin dyan.
Oh, tapos bebenta natin
tapos ibenta natin.
Oo.
$9.
Oh my God.
Diba?
Business.
Oh, guys, mag-mine na kayo dyan. Live selling po sa product na ano. Okay,
Live
next
selling,
item natin ngayon. Anong next item na papakita
Filipino?
natin?
Ito yung
Ito.
No, like this. Ito na mga be, magpakita kayo. Pamine naman dyan, pamine.
Ito na mga be. Ito na.
I don't know what pamine is.
Pamine, like say like
You grab it.
Okay.
Pamine.
Well, ang next na pamine natin, ang next item natin na pang pamine, pang paputi.
Oh, good. Yeah. Whitening.
And then I'll be the one to show the cleavage. Oh, guys. Mine na dyan, mine.
No, pakita mo yung katawan mo.
Oo, kasi karamihan kadalasan naglalagay ng body. Pamain na po.
Sa sobrang gamit ni Noel ng aming
Pumuti.
Dream White anti-aging soap, ang puti-puti na niya. Mr. Mistiso talaga.
Pamay na dyan, be. Pamay.
Pamay na dyan, be.
Super sarap at super kinis.
Pamay na dyan, be.
Oh, yeah.
Pamay na dyan.
Tignan mo. Wow. Hey, sponsor. Sponsor nyo, Dream White. Hashtag, okay?
Ng custom.
You have a screen share? I'll show you what we ate over the weekend. We went to a Filipino restaurant also over the weekend.
Yeah, you can screen share. Go ahead.
So we were leaving my son's place, KF's place. So we're on our way home. Expecting a long ride.
Yeah.
I can't screen share. I don't know where the button is. Oh, there. Sorry. Keep missing that one.
Yeah.
Whatchamacall this? So we were looking for a place to eat. Usually we'd go to the mall, but this time we were like, hey, let's go to this ramen place, or she needed
ramen
soup for her throat. Wait, am I sharing it the right way? How am I doing it? There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's see if I could play it.
Tonkatsu.
Yeah, right. But the thing was, this is ramen, but in a Filipino restaurant. And I didn't realize this when we walked in, but their specialty is, I guess, to make
Tastes like carbonara.
whatever the dish is going to be, let's say shawarma, and they turn it into like Filipino shawarma. So for this case, it's ramen, and they turn it into Filipino ramen.
What does that even consist of? I don't even know what a Filipino ramen is.
Right. So this one, we found out the Filipino ramen is like really, really thick pork.
Adobo pork.
Tastes like adobo. And then the sauce there on the right side tastes like milk. But anong...
No, it tastes like a Nestle cream with yung carbonara, yung ginagawang carbonara sauce. Remember?
Yeah, like white carb. Oh my gosh, that's right. She's right. That's exactly how it tastes, like carbonara, like spaghetti carbonara. White sauce, white creamy sauce.
Oh.
And it was at first it was so thick that I was like, can we add a little water on this? It's too thick for ramen. So we added water, and then when I dug into the egg there on the right side, oh my goodness, it's like the most hard-boiled egg that I've ever tasted. It was so dry. Kapal nung beef. The soup was like carbonara sauce.
That looks like spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
And spaghetti noodles, some cabbage. And then the sauce I didn't think of. And the worst mistake that we did was we ordered 2 of the same dish. And we
Why
both
would
didn't
you
like
ever do that?
And we both didn't, because it was the only ramen that they had available, and everything else was like rice, tapa, and all these other things that we were not.
You never go to a restaurant and order the same thing. That defeats the purpose.
I know. I know. I mean, I knew that before, but
yeah.
Anyway, so here we are talking about it on the podcast. Okay, at least turning lime into lemon, lemon into lime,
lemon into lime.
So, yun lang, share ko lang na this was naman an experience of overturning something into over Filipinonizing something that shouldn't be Filipinonized.
Right.
So it's like, leave the ramen making to the Japanese, please.
Yeah. I think the downside of how there was no downside with the meal today that I had at that Filipino restaurant. By the way, this Filipino restaurant is called Filipino Global. It's in Falls Church, Virginia. It's been around for quite a while, to be honest with you. As long as I've been here, over 20 years now in Virginia. Almost 20, a little bit over 20 years. And it's always been there, and it's a good place, to be honest with you, but their prices have gotten to be really expensive. Really, really, really expensive. Tinaas na rin nila lahat ng presyo nila. But it was worth the hour drive. 40 minute drive, but it was worth it. It was good. Masarap. Yung Bicol Express masarap. That was really good. Yung dinuguan, it was okay, but it was barely any actual meat. It was a lot of fat. I didn't eat that much of it, to be honest with you, just because it was too fatty. Even though I was cheating, I didn't want to die.
Have you ever tried pares before? You know what pares is?
I don't know what pares is.
I had a feeling that you wouldn't. Yeah, I didn't know what pares was until I moved back here also.
Oh.
Darling, do you mind helping us describe what pares is all about? But bottom line of what I'm about to say here with pares was we tried it the other day in the Carinderia.
Oh.
I've always known that they had pares there, but I wasn't really interested. And usually when I do try pares, it's like in the middle of the street somewhere, like in Pasig or what. So we're in Las Piñas now, and pares here is usually, and I wasn't thinking much of it because usually it's just like mga tuwalya. Anong tawag nun?
No.
Like just the innards of the pig sometimes.
Yeah, that's it's a lugaw.
Parang lugaw. Ano nakakatawa?
So hold on, I'm sorry. So you're telling your story, I'm listening to it. I'm sorry to cut you off. All I'm hearing in my background is like, hi, wow. It's like my AC is doing a TikTok or whatever. And all I'm hearing is her talking to herself on the phone. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Natatawa. Alam mo pag pag si Tin huli mong kausap niya sarili niya sa telepono.
Yeah.
That's what she was doing.
Ikaw, nilalaglag mo ako.
Exactly.
All I hear is like her doing this.
Yeah.
I can't do the head movement, She's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, what's funnier is to sit in when she's done doing a TikTok video and then I accidentally walk in on her, right? She's got that TikTok afterglow.
Right.
That's like, that she was just doing like a dance and it's just like, like I wasn't.
Tapos parang glowing itsura.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly how it is. I literally leaned over because all I'm hearing is like, yeah, oh. That's exactly what I saw.
The question is, when we're done with this podcast, do we have like a post-podcast afterglow? That's like
no. It's like
diba? Pero pag nag-TikTok tong mga to, parang
hindi naman siya. She's not standing up though. She's just literally lounging on this giant futon. Is like, if this is her, is like on the phone, like, yeah, hi, how are you?
Ito rin. Exactly. If I would do a TikTok, I'd be like,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. That was my fault. I apologize.
That's right. It wasn't that interesting anyway.
I mean it.
What's happened natin?
About the ramen.
Ramen?
Oh.
No, I was trying to describe pares because usually it's just,
yes.
They call it pares. Bakit ba tawag pares? Paki-explain naman ako.
Yung beef siya na something na may maraming sabaw.
Basta it's brown.
Oh.
So it's almost like lugaw, but it's really just brown.
Katerno nun, kalamansi.
Is it like that? What's that beef stew? That beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Pares here.
No, it's not pares. It's the other version.
Caldereta?
No.
It's not. Caldereta.
The other one. That you go to the side street, the Carinderia or whatever,
Pares
and they
Canto?
have like then they have like a giant pot of it. It's like a soupy dish.
Yeah.
Pero tinatawag siyang pares because it always goes with rice, like rice cooked on the side. The rice doesn't go inside like lugaw. Lugaw is rice inside the beef broth, right?
Yeah.
Mixed in together. This one is pares because I guess it's pares because they're hiwalay, they're separate.
Right.
And then they serve the rice separately, and then they serve the rice. They serve the pares separately, and then you basically put that together. You pair them up together. But you're the one that mixes up the rice and the beef broth.
No, so what's that other dish though? Oh man, it's big in Ace. That beef stew type or with broth, what do you call it? It's not pares, it's the other one. No.
Beef pares.
No, the one with the bone.
Beef asado.
Bulalo.
Bulalo, iba pa yun. Iba pa.
Wait, what's bulalo? Yeah, parang
bulalo in sa Tagaytay, remember?
I guess you say parang bulalo, but the soup is not. The soup of bulalo is like more, clear and
you can share the
sort of
sa screen para
no, I could do that. Let me screen share what pares looks like.
Can you make it
pares? When you say pares, like meaning 2 servings?
Pero yun nga, I think it's called pares because it's always served with rice na hiwalay.
Yeah.
That's bulalo.
It's not bulalo.
No, that's not bulalo. Wait, let me give you another example. This is...
Man, that looks
that's
so
the
good.
One, Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Parang, no, more like this one. So this is like more like what I had, right? But what they're showing here is like it's got a lot of meat in it. But usually the carinderias, they kind of cheat on just giving you... I think this is a perfect picture of what pares is all about.
So it's with rice, basically.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always served separately with the rice. It's always paired with the rice. How do I get this out? Jeez.
Don't worry about it. Just get out of that because we can already saw the picture in the other one.
Yeah. So anyway, yun. So it's always paired separately with the rice.
That looks good.
But the whole point, I think, of what I'm trying to say is I was blown away the other day when we tried it on when we tried the pares at the Carinderia. It was just so much meat in it that I had to leave some for my dog, for our dog.
Why would you give the leftover meat to your dog? Why can't you just eat it when you get home for like a later time?
I could do that too, but there's always something extra for our little buddy here. But point was that it was so much, because usually when I order pares out on the streets, it's like, can I get another one? Because it's sobrang bitin, or there was no meat in it. Just it was just hit or miss on how the Carinderia serve it to you sometimes. Yun lang. That's I just wanted to share that I was so impressed by our Carinderia.
Nice.
Which is only
the bulalo is like,
which is only 5 minutes away.
Shut up. I gotta drive an hour.
That's the whole point.
I know. But it was worth it though. Don't get me wrong. It was really, really worth it. It was, like I said, the Bicol Express was actually quite impressive today. It was spicy. It was meaty. There wasn't a lot of fat. And then see, to me, Bicol Express, what matters the most besides the taste of the broth is the way they cut the meat. If it's too big, it doesn't feel like Bicol Express to me. You know what I mean?
Come to think of it, most Filipino foods are kind of like that, right? Like you can always like cheat here and there somewhere. Like, but if I don't know about other kinds of food, but I'm thinking, like, let's say if you're cooking a all-American steak, like you can't really cheat on that. I mean, it's steak, that's it. Like you can't like add, I don't know where I'm getting at here, but I think the fact that a lot of Filipino
I know
food
what you're saying
has sauce or
I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Just like the other week when last week when I cooked that salmon, the one that I showed you. I don't know if you remember. Okay. You can't chintz on that. You can't cheat on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But on the Bicol and some Filipino dishes, you can, because of the way the meats are sliced.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the way at least from my experience and with the flavors of Filipino food, the way a certain meat is cut makes a big factor on the flavor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, for example, like I said, with that Bicol Express, it wasn't cut big enough, but it wasn't cut small enough. It was just a perfect dimension of meat where it's good enough to like parang scoop like a whole spoon of it, and you're getting a decent amount. That when you're chewing it, it doesn't feel like it's a big chunk of meat. It just shreds into your mouth, and the flavor that's soaked into the meat.
So what I was trying to get at was, is that the same experience for Filipino food in general, or for other kinds of food out there? Is it also something that you can cheat with?
I think it's Japanese. I think it's for all food except for Japanese. Japanese, you can't. There's not a lot of option to chintz off the.
And I'm thinking,
like if you're having sushi, for example, how can you cheat on that?
Yun nga eh. So I mean, I'm thinking of other dishes, other culinary experiences. Can you do something similar like that? But like, anyway, point is, there's so many different varieties that you can go with, and that's probably what's going to be interesting if anyone gets a chance to travel around the Philippines. There's adobo up north is different from the adobo in Visayas, which is probably different from adobo in Mindanao. So you could get 3 or 4 different types of adobo or whatever dish you want to try in the Philippines, depending on where you actually try it.
Right. Or if speaking of adobo,
one last thing, like Bicol Express, that's like prominent in Visayas, for example. That's where in Bicol.
Oh, is it real?
If you go,
that's why it's called Bicol Express. Duh.
Yeah.
Because there's a train that actually rides from Manila to Bicol.
Oh.
A literal train. I don't think it's operational now. They're trying to revive it, I think. But anyway, there really is.
It's an actual express train.
Yeah. Well, but they call it Bicol Express because you're gonna be.
You know what?
You're gonna be. Yeah.
And that's where the spice comes in.
Right. So the mahilig daw sila sa gata and spice. But bottom line is, if you go up north of Manila, you'd hardly find Bicol Express.
Literally, that's the literal description of Bicol Express, because when you take the Bicol Express, the train from Manila to Bicol, and it's express because it's fast, but the spiciness of the food represents the steam of the train, like
you're right.
Yeah, exactly. So just interesting lang na if you go up north, you have less Bicol Express, less gata, less spice stuff, and more of the uma-adobo kind of flavors going up north.
Yeah. That's actually, so now we're talking about food again, Jesus. But listen, why is Pampanga claiming that their adobo is like the best adobo?
No.
I've seen that in like multiple. I think there was this Pampangania guy that was when Anthony Bourdain went to the Philippines. He was talking about I guess he was in Pampanga, and this Filipino guy who's apparently a chef or whatever is saying, "Well, you're Pampangania first before becoming Filipino." I'm like, what? And Filipino Pampangano adobo is the real adobo. I'm like, okay, sure, if you say so. Because there's so many versions. So supposedly adobo is the national dish. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't go as far as saying it as a national dish, but yeah, I think it's pretty popular nationally.
That's okay. As opposed to any other way to say it, or what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's so many versions of it, though.
Yeah, it's safe to say. What about it, though?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that doesn't sound right. What this guy's claiming, that Pampangania adobo is the real adobo, and you have to be Pampangano first to be Filipino. I think that's what he stated.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge statement,
Binayaran ba siya?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's a guest to the Anthony Bourdain show, or just, I guess he got picked to be a guest or whatever.
So just real quick, let's put a cap on this food topic, but with the ramen that we tried the other day. So yeah, the meat tasted like adobo, and then the soup and the noodles tasted like spaghetti carbonara.
That's just gross. And the soup kind of looked like it's watered down.
Hindi namin naubos.
Because I insisted on adding a lot of hot water, because before I took that video, it was really thick, like like carbonara.
Yeah.
Oh.
But somebody just put a little adobo meat there, like really thick cuts, which also was kind of strange.
Yeah.
Diba, when you eat ramen, like they kind of
para siyang condensed. Remember the condensed na gaano kalapot? Ganun siya.
Yeah.
But when you have ramen, you kind of pride yourself with sort of like really thin slices, not
correct,
like thick
thin
slices like that.
Of meat. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess if you're adventurous or experimental with your food, go ahead and try it. But it just wasn't for us.
Tapos ang ganda-ganda ng ambience.
If you're supposed, I mean, if you feel good, I feel good eating ramen after, if I feel sad or having a broken heart, or this one gave me a sad and broken heart.
Oh my God.
While eating it, after eating it. Oh, but the best part was when we took it home. So I was like, okay, some food for the dog, right?
Right.
But the next day I was like, where's the ramen with adobo inside that I was going to give to our little dog here? Wala, kinain daw nila dito sa bahay. Some of the guys here at home ate it.
Oh, Jesus.
I guess
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I guess it was a good thing for them. They were full. Nothing for the dog left.
Siguro kasi Filipino eh.
Yun. Baka nagustuhan nga nila because Pinoy yung panlasa nila talaga. Like if we think about going out and celebrating and having a meal here, everybody else here in the house would want to go out and eat in Jollibee. Ayaw nila ng mga restaurant food, but they enjoyed this one.
I just want to mention real quick though, at that Filipino Global store that we went to today to eat, there was nothing really bad with the food, with the exception of the palabok. That one was just bad. Okay. But the whole experience and the food was good. The bad experience was the lady that's working behind the counter at the food counter. Parang galit talaga. I don't know if it was at the time of the month for her, pero suplada na buwisit ako. Sabi ko sa loob ko, ang aga-aga manang nabibuwisit na ako. But she's like, she's definitely an older lady, you know. Like, ano pang gusto mo? Talagang, so I'm ordering for four. We're ordering for 4 people.
Bad mood.
Yeah, bad mood talaga. I'm trying to order for 4 people. Tapos ang dami naming ino-order, okay? Kasi gutom kami or matagal, we don't know when we'll go back there again. On top of that, hindi naman busy. It was us and like another customer trying to order behind us, okay? But she was literally rushing us. Yung pag-order kasi, mga combo, you know, you order one combo, there's rice and two meals that are entrees that go with it. But as you saw in that picture, there's plethora of options. Okay. There's so many different options. Besides that, there's also a whole board on top where you can pick like cook to order. Right? So, okay, your turn. Anong gusto mo? Combo number 1. Ano pa? Tapos sandali lang. Literally, ano pa? Ano susunod sa combo nyo? Ano pa? Ito.
Magbenta.
Hindi, parang talagang binibilisan. They're rushing us. Okay. Magtatanong lang ako, manang ano yan? And then ilalagay na niya sa container, sa bowl. She's gonna put it in the bowl already. I'm like, no, man. Nagtatanong lang ako kung ano yan. Like, what is that? What's in it? Because I don't know what it was. It was some kind of, I think it was like bopis. Bopis is what it was. I didn't know what it was exactly.
So in other words, it's turo-turo pero bawal magturo. Once you turo, touch move.
Hindi, para siyang ganyan kasi sa Hong Kong eh. Once na you get the item, or once na tiningnan mo lang yung item, or chinek mo lang, hinawakan mo, dapat bilhin mo na. Pag hindi, magagalit mo murahin.
Ang problema dyan, buti sana kung kami ang nagsaserve. Hindi, sila ang nagsaserve. Because we're behind the glass.
You get what she's saying? Have you been to Hong Kong? Have you been shopping in Hong Kong?
I have, but I never really had a problem with it. Sandali, may pahabol ito sa dada.
Sorry. And then tinatanong ko kung ano yung parang tofu ba. Sabi ko, parang ano po yun? Sabi niya, tokot baboy. I'm like, okay, what's in it? You know, I was asking, so what's in it? Tokot baboy. I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna.
Tokwa nga at baboy nga eh.
I wanted to know kung anong, kasi I haven't tried that before. Hindi ko pa na-try. So, I wanted to try it. Pati din yung yung vegetables na sinasabi niyong okoy, ano yun?
Okoy.
Yeah, I was asking her, what's in it? Fish? Sabi niya, vegetables. Ano pa? Vegetables. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try it.
Parang napipilitan ka pa in a way, you know, because you're so rushed, right?
Or mahihiya ka pang magtanong kasi Pinoy ka.
Yun na nga.
Yan, mahihiya ka nang magtanong. Yes.
Kasi para kang napapagalitan.
Hindi, alam ko na kung bakit ganun.
Papagalitan ka pa.
Like we're all Filipino here. You should know. Yun
na nga eh. Pero AC was like trying to order something and then she's like getting annoyed already.
No, I was like being nice to, hello po, manang. You know, I was very nice. You know, thank you po. Tapos smile ako ng smile. Hindi naman siya nagsasmile.
Alam ko na kung bakit. Menopause.
Ay, yun yung hinahanap kong word. Menopause.
Siguro nga. Siguro. Tapos, meron they have a special order for palabok. Okay, you order it. It's $7. You know, they make it to cook it and then whatnot.
Made to order.
made to order. Pero pinipilit na kunin ko yung luto na nasa harap. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be the made to order. That's where I'm ordering it from. You know? Sabi ko, no, manang, yun ang gusto ko, yung niluluto na. You know, ready na ito, ma. Ito na, ready na ito. Obviously, iba dahil na i-mix na yung sauce. Minix na yung sauce sa palabok.
So, meron na nga mag-order pa ng bago eh.
Yun na nga bakit ka magpo-post ng bakit hindi mo ko pahayaang magbayad ng $7 instead na magbayad ng $5? See my point there?
Yeah.
That's why you're paying a little bit more because it's made to order. They cook it fresh, supposedly.
Yeah.
You know? So she was like, ito na lang, luto na ito. Sige naman, yan na lang. Nabuisit ako eh.
So, pipilit eh.
Are we trying to wrap up here now?
It was gross.
Are we trying to wrap up here now? Or because I have like one more story about customer service. I think kind of
me first.
Blow us away. What?
Yeah, me first.
Ano?
Naka-experience din ako ganyan sa Divisoria.
Ano yun?
Like ako bili like Filipino tindera. Sabi ko, how much is this? Sabi kong gano'n. Parang nagagalit yung tindera na sabi niya sa akin, parang tingin lang ako ng tingin. Hindi ko, syempre nag-iiba yung isip ko, di ba? Parang bibiling ko ba to or hindi? Parang gano'n. Sabi yung sibangot niya sa akin parang high blood na, parang gano'n. Tapos sabi ko, susungit ka ba sa akin? So, yung mga pinrank ako na, bibili ako, hindi ako titingin lang dito, no? Sabi ko gano'n. Sinungitan ko talaga. Parang tumigil. Kasi sabi ko, wag kang ganyan sa customer. Kasi kayo din yung mawawala ng customer.
Mukha ba akong mahirap? Bibili naman ako.
Yeah, exactly.
Ang hirap sagutin ng ganyan yung matandang yun dahil she looked like she was really, she looked like she was a really bitter old lady. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe she was annoyed that you guys were Filipino. Ito na naman mga Pinoy, pupunta na naman dito.
Hindi, menopause lang yun.
Menopause lang siguro. Because like AC said, she just said, who else is gonna buy that? You know? Well, actually, they have a lot of white people that go through there. Yung mga matatandang asawa ng mga Pilipina.
That's what I mean. I'm sure she's really nice to the white people that walk in. Pero ito na naman mga
yes,
Pinoy
sir.
dito.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Yeah. It's like, here, you try adobo. You try this one. You try that one. Oh, this one. Oh.
Buisit.
Bakit nga ganun sila sa atin? Pag kapwa Pilipino, bastos sila sa atin.
I don't know. Actually, that happens a lot here.
Yun nga,
we're
racist against fellow Filipinos.
Not much in California, actually. Pero kasi mas madaming Filipinos doon. But here in Virginia,
kaya nga ako pumunta ng Virginia para wala akong makilalang Pinoy. Umiiwas nga ako sa Pinoy.
Yeah. Yun yung, honestly, nakakabuisit din dito. The fact that there's not enough Filipinos, but at the same time, there's more than enough already.
Like, stop, Filipinos, stop coming to Virginia kind of thing.
There's actually a lot that's leaving. They're all moving down to Florida. So Florida, ang dami, Yeah. By the way, I mentioned Filipino food prices here. The difference eating food. Every time we go to Florida, to Disney World, we always go to that Filipino restaurant. Okay. We've been there like 3 times already or 4 times. And it's good. For the 5 of us to eat there in Florida, a full Filipino meal, it was like $50 for 5 people. All right. And that's a lot of food. And when I say a lot. But here, it's like, I think it was like $90, almost $100.
Doble.
Oh.
Yeah, $10 for a meal is not bad. We got time for one quick 7-Eleven story.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Last night, my dad was craving for Cali. Remember, we were talking about that drink that you've never tried that's got too much sugar in it. So my dad was craving for Cali, and I was like, you don't mind going to 7-Eleven for it, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So we went there, 7-Eleven. And then this is opposite of your masungit sales lady back at the counter, having menopause. This one, the guys were really helpful. But the thing was, we were asking for Cali, and then they're like, "Oh, sir, there's a liquor ban because there's barangay elections this weekend. I think tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So for the next 3, 4, 5 days, there's a liquor ban. So there's literally like a poster on the shelves of the liquor shelf with beer and everything behind it, and
I asked the girl, diba?
hard liquor that they're not supposed to be selling liquor because there's a liquor ban.
Yeah.
But we were like, but it's 0% alcohol, this Cali.
Yeah.
So it's not even alcohol.
But here's the thing. Sabi niya, pero sir, nakalagay yung Cali. The Cali is on the shelf of the beer. So it's like, so mali lang yung linagay nyo. So it just so happens that the Cali is placed on the shelf, or how there's like different refrigerators for the drinks. So the Red Bull is on one thing, and then the Gatorade is on one.
Right.
Or they're together because they're energy drinks, but all the way at the far end is the liquor, and that's just where it happens to have Cali. But long story short was that these guys were really helpful. They went all the way back to their storage, to the refrigerator, checked if there's if it really is 0% alcohol. And it's 0% alcohol, and they sold us the. Otherwise, they could have just said, basta sir, bawal.
Mm-mm.
They could have just done that. But, they were kind enough.
But why couldn't they open the fridge and check the ones that's right next to it? Or was the fridge locked?
Right. So each fridge had its own designated door, and that particular door for the beer was locked. They had to go all the way to the back of the freezer.
Right. To open it up. Yeah, I got you.
To open one up. So they were kind enough to reach for like 10 pieces of Cali for my dad yesterday.
Right.
But we weren't upset about it also. Baka naman check mo lang na 0% alcohol yun kasi hindi naman siya talaga alak eh. It's not liquor. But the fact that, the storage guy or whatever, where they placed, whoever decides where you place things, categorized it as a liquor.
Right.
And so it was part of
this guy went out of his way to check it. So that's good.
Yeah. Just wanted to be thankful for that because
that's so nice.
So my dad had his Cali for the night.
Yeah.
Yun lang. Opposite of what your experience was in Virginia.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we got.
It was definitely an experience on its own, and it was a cheat day well worth it. And tomorrow is going to be a new day to grind down everything. We're back to the first time. My feet, it's been 2 weeks since I got my boot off. Tomorrow is the first day that I go back to the gym and get back into track. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's not even funny how excited I am to go back tomorrow. Get my blood flow working again. Kaya sinulit ko today. Anyway.
Yeah, we should be doing the same thing.
Anything else?
No, that's about it for us.
Okay, well, episode 90. Down the drain. Wow. 100 around the corner. Okay, fine. AC said don't say episode down the drain. So, okay, episode 90 is now complete. We are ready to go. It is finished. Maraming salamat ho sa inyong pagtitiwala. I don't know how to close things anymore. It's just horrible.
Just say goodbye.
Okay.
Salamat po sa inyong panonood, mga kapwa Filipino.
TikTok, again, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtitiwala. Catch us on the next episode. Thank you very much. Again, this is the FlipSide with Jay and Noel. My name is Jay.
Name's Noel, and Tin here.
And Tin, thank you. Happy birthday again. And we'll catch you later.
On the flip side.
Two guys from two worlds. This is the flip side. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays.